Honestly, the day I start relaxing is the day everything crumbles. I completely forgot that the market was open today. I completely forgot that it was Tuesday. I literally thought it was Monday because of how quiet Discord was. But that is how this week is going to go because there's nothing really happening. In today's video, I have everything basically that there is or would be to talk about as an update that has just happened with AMC, GameStop. And just to prove to you that nothing is happening, take a look at the article posted 3 hours ago that AMC Entertainment Holdings has risen 0.66% Tuesday in pre-market trading. What does that have to do with anything? They are talking about a stock that rose 0.6% for absolutely no reason. And then is GameStop a laggard in the consumer cyclical sector? Over the past couple of weeks, we clearly saw that GameStop has not been lagging behind and has been testing the macro trend line. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your Christmas, and I'm really hoping my cat doesn't try to bother me this whole video. I'm not really sure if you can see her in the camera, but overall, it was a good weekend. It was relaxing, ate a lot of food, forgot the market was open, and it's been a good time. So without further ado, all I ask you guys to do, of course, is to hit the like button. It's free, it helps me out, and subscribe to the channel before we enter the new year. Let's get into it. So GameStop is not only not lagging behind, it is testing the macro trend line, but GameStop also traded 19,000 shares in pre-market with a little more than an hour before the market opened. And then a 50K candle came in at 8:40. Remember that this is a decent amount of volume just for GameStop because it doesn't trade a lot of volume. Plus, GameStop doesn't usually get any sort of action, especially that early in the day. GameStop trading at $17.18, up 1.24% on the day, getting the stair step up like we talked about before the January run-up, and there are a lot of things falling into place that could indicate AMC and GameStop actually squeezing, but I do want to talk about the potential of a pullback and the time frame that we would see that in Bitcoin, the S&P 500, as well as a few other plays, and how they would affect AMC and GameStop. But as of right now, GameStop looking beautiful. On the 4-hour time frame, GameStop would be retesting the macro trend line. On the daily time frame, it would also be retesting the macro trend line. So we broke above and then came back inside of the trend line for GameStop, and now we are retesting it. So this is going to be a decision zone for GameStop. Overall, watch $18.60 to $20 on GameStop. Before we get into AMC's chart, GameStop has 300,000 shares available to borrow to start the week, 10,000 calls expiring in the money, as well as 1,000 puts. So we are winning on the options chain, as well as 36,000 compared to 12,000 betting bullish compared to bearish on GameStop. So overall, week looking good, expiring December 29th, the last trading week of the year. And then, of course, the Santa Claus rally leading into January 2nd. Short exempt volume, 29,000, kind of in the middle for GameStop, slightly high, right? AMC still up 0.66% on the day, trading at $6.14, and we kind of got to take a step back, remove some of the drawings, and show you what we're tracking in the simplest of terms. This is it. The start of this flash down, made a low, came up to the same level where this wanted to hold up back here, got a peak, got another peak, hit that same exact low, and then finally hit that third low before ripping in January. AMC flashed down, built support here, made that first low, peaked, same spot, peaked, same spot, made that second low, same spot, and then coming down and making this third low. Is $5.95 the lowest it's going to go? Is $6 the lowest it's going to go? Not necessarily. It could flash down real quick and then come back up, but I don't see AMC slowly bleeding off into the new year. That's just not something that I expect to see, even though it is barcoding and they are dumping short exempts on it. Speaking of short exempts, let's touch on the data real quick. 4.3 million shares available to borrow to start the week, 11,000 calls compared to 15,000 puts expiring in the money, and then 62,000 calls compared to 17,000 puts expiring out of the money. More people betting bullish. However, the stock is more bearish, so market makers are collecting more premium. Probably the worst case scenario we want to see so far, but it is only Tuesday. Short exempts extremely high on AMC. They are going to drop it as far as possible with short exempts before letting this thing rise, in my opinion. Now, something to note to start the new year, January 1st, many domestic and foreign companies doing business in the United States will require to report to Treasury information about their beneficial owners, the people who ultimately own or control them. Treasury is engaging in extensive outreach about this new reporting requirement and will soon finalize a rule establishing parameters around access to and protection of this information, which will be stored in secure, non-public database. So as this does seem very good, it would be a private database showing that things could just get hidden from us once again. Moving on, the updates coming into the new year. This is pretty odd that Grayscale chairman Barry Silbert has just resigned, as the SEC approval of Bitcoin ETFs are expected by January 10th, January 9th, the specific date to be exact. Now, speaking of that, gold prices just crossed $2,070 as there's rate cuts being priced in for next year. Dollar down, gold up, Bitcoin also going to go up, right? In yesterday's video, I talked about Bitcoin as one of the two things that I'm almost 100% confident in holding through the new year, but this just makes it even better. A spot Bitcoin ETF will give 124 million Americans immediate and direct access to Bitcoin through their brokerage accounts, according to Fidelity. Fidelity has 43 million brokerage accounts for customers, and they also have a Bitcoin ETF application awaiting to get approved. Not only that, but the spot Bitcoin ETF race could quickly reach 401ks as well. Imagine how many people, how many old folks especially, missed the rips on Bitcoin, and now that it will be easily accessible right in front of them in their long-term portfolios for Fidelity to enter direct access to Bitcoin, how much money is going to be flowing right back into Bitcoin. Finally, the SEC set December 29th, which is the expiration of this Friday, as the deadline for spot Bitcoin ETF applicants to update submissions if they want to be approved in the first wave, which means the SEC is saying, hey, we need all of the applications completely finalized by December 29th, and we are going to figure out who's going to be approved in the first week of January or so. And then the last sprinkle on top, January 3rd, 2024, BlackRock is set to acquire an additional 10 million worth of Bitcoin. All major catalysts lining up for Bitcoin. If you haven't seen my Bitcoin 2024 price prediction video, make sure to go watch that. I posted it over the weekend. Getting this double top right around 44k, and this is exactly what I wanted to talk about. If we are going to see a pullback, because there is slight weakness in Bitcoin, there is not as much strength as usual in the SPY, as well as plenty of other plays. If we see a pullback, it will be healthy, and I just want you to note the 36 to 38k range for Bitcoin is where I'd be watching that pullback, at the lowest 34k. Now, it could go lower, but the one thing that I also wanted to note is the only time, in my opinion, you'd see this pullback is from today until January 7th. And then I don't think that pullback is plausible anymore. So if we will see a pullback, you're going to witness it in real time over the next week. This is all in my opinion. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Speaking of a pullback, let's talk about Riot, because this is something we entered in the trading challenge, and we are down about 4 to 5%, still positive on the trading challenge, trading at $17.02, down 4.27% on the day. Now, I have a stop at $16.53, and if I was trading with my normal account, my stop would be a bit lower, probably below this blue trend line, because Riot can very well fall right to this, right around $15.85, which I think it has a good chance to fall to, but we're not willing to risk that much in the trading account because of how small it is. So just to put this out there could be a retracement on Riot as well as Mara, especially Mara, if Bitcoin decides to retrace over the next week. Now, before we get into SPY, Tesla, head in the Discord. The link is right under the video. I'm in there on the daily. We're starting the new year. It's a coffee a month. You're going to make a lot more money using Discord, talking with 500 of the most amazing people, stocks and crypto all day long, as well as having options trading alerts in there, getting my trades as soon as I take them, and plenty of other benefits. The link is the second link in the description, as well as the second link pinned in the top of comments. You will see it. And then the first link in both of those is Moomoo. It helps me out. It helps yourself out. Get up to 15 free stocks. Each of these stocks valued up to $2 grand per stock, as well as earn 5.1% APY on your uninvested cash. This is a huge incentive starting the new year. Getting free money, selling these stocks, and then just allowing it to earn 5.1% throughout the entire year of 2024. These are absolutely huge benefits, but on top of that, you're getting level 2 order book data for free, so you can see where whales are loading up and dropping off shares, as well as access to trading options, going long, going short, and more. So use my link, sign up for Moomoo, and make a deposit of even $1 to start earning these benefits. Buy up 0.26% on the day, showing a little bit of weakness around 475, trading at 474.88, retesting this previous high at 475. Of course, getting rejected at the moment. We need to see more volume on the SPY, but again, traders aren't here right now. I'd watch 477.50 and then 480 for the SPY to get up to during the Santa Claus rally, and I still stand by that. If the SPY gets rejected today, watch for a hold at 472.75. Tesla looking beautiful, up 1.92%, 257.39. Basing off of this previous resistance level right around 254.75 to 254.50. And the box I'm watching is 262.90 to 264 for the next leg up on Tesla, for the next level of resistance. Overall, if we see a pullback in crypto as well as the market, you can expect the same pullback to happen with Tesla, potentially coming back down to around 242. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I think it's unlikely, and I am still in my Tesla calls. Finally, to end the video, Pizza Hut franchises are laying off more than 1,200 delivery drivers in California as restaurants brace for $20 fast food wages, which is absolutely nuts. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Again, have post notifications on in case I update you one more time. That is it. You don't want to miss another upload. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.